You ask about noetic knowing. We have been so brainwashed. Our consciousness has been so shifted outward that we have lost the natural recognition of seeing, understanding, listening from another place, of recognizing mystery in what is before us, in the colors, in the shades, in the smells, in the mystic potency of all that surrounds us. We have forgotten to see through the King of Hearts, through that intellectual part of the emotional center, better yet, through that gateway to higher centers. Noetic knowing, so well known by ancient Eastern Orthodoxy, so central, is a knowing of the nous, very strange word, sometimes called the eye of the soul, but a deeper place at the center of our being, another kind of knowing. And we, not merely in the West, but globally, have been captured ever since the Renaissance, and ever more so with the Enlightenment, and then secular science, and on and on. And in this avalanche of rational, materialistic thinking, Darwinian thinking, we've lost contact with our other antennas that see and know at a deeper level. We have stopped at the entrance, stayed outside of a deeper way of knowing, and called it intellect, scholasticism, that organic, intuitive, feminine element of insight, that knowing that we see in children when they sense something that even is beyond their years to comprehend, and yet they know. There's a knowing that we have been repressing in ourselves, that subtle emergence of an intuitive sense that makes no sense, but there it is. Such a small voice within us that we can so easily let it go, chase it away, and perhaps in hindsight come to regret that we have not given it the attention it deserves. This kind of knowing and seeing the world is not reserved to artists and poets and musicians, mystics especially. It is the gift of life itself for all of us. This is the kind of knowing that sees meaning and beauty, that understands things that cannot be understood, that the mind cannot grasp, just by looking at the colors of a sunset. How foolish it is that we have allowed ourselves to be imprisoned in such a limited way of seeing the world as the mind, because of Western civilization's mighty influence. Certainly it is significant in its own way and has made progress for humanity, but in its arrogance, in its dependence on itself, in its certainty of its own grandiosity, it is missing the real picture. We know that great minds like Einstein relied on imagination and intuition more than even their math skills. Just as Christianity shut out, burned out, destroyed the feminine in its expression of truth, expression of the divine, as it so excoriated and mutilated and repressed Mary Magdalene, for instance, apostle to the apostles, greater than Peter, utterly removed. That's what has been done to our noetic knowing in civilization, in this age. And so we do not listen to, we do not trust, we do not want to know what our intuitive, shape-shifting capacities say to us. In the exploration of the mysticism of Eastern Christian theology, we find that existence around us, all of this three-dimensional, sense-based version of reality, is nothing other than living symbolism. That we can read in it messages, that there is communication through what happens to us, through color, through event, through synchronicities. They speak of living symbolism because it is manifestation of meaning through visuals, through the poetry of existence, speaking an existential divine message for us now, in the moment. A tree becomes an expression of the glory of God and the care of the birds, of the mercy of the divine. Oh, it is a tree on a Tuesday afternoon. Everything speaks to us if we let it in, let it through. If we do not allow the jailer, the mind, to determine meaning. If we do not question and doubt ourselves by trying to hold on to the mental, the intellectual, while surfing on the wonders and mysteries of intuition. The mystics will say that of course everything is providential, of course everything has meaning sent from the Holy through all options and possibilities, through animals, through people, through books, through sound, through silence. Everything speaks the word, the message, directly to each of us. We are equipped to decode these messages, but we need to return to wonder, to awe, to simplicity, to lack of opinion and judgment, to freedom from mind even as we know how to use it. Mind being like a stone in the middle of the lake that thinks it is the lake. Noetic knowing brings our instinctive senses, our emotional acuities together to create a holistic sense of reality in the moment. Dare to trust in the fantasy world beyond the human routine, so that the appearance of a bird in your space, in your consciousness, is speaking to you regardless of what the bird had in mind or why, how it could happen. The fact is, emotionally you sense immediately it is saying something to you. It does not matter what the logistics are that generate it. You are being spoken to. Holy Spirit is communicating within you through the without. In the name of logic, we are going to shut the door to that. Decades ago, there was a book out called The Re-Enchantment of the World. This is an antidote to how much we have sunk with our rationalism down from the event horizons of intuitive perception. So how to get back there? Risk it all. Leap, let go, hear, receive. Immerse yourself in it and discover a whole new way of understanding, of living, of experiencing. Live fully in plenitude.